We tested a 5.0 Coyote, a 5.3 Ecotec 3, and a 5.7 HEMI after more than 200,000 miles. But these weren't three random used trucks. My buddy Ricky has run all three on the same farm since 2017. Same dirt, same weather, same fuel, same kind of work, and the same maintenance schedule. The Ford has 217,000 miles. The Chevy has 204,000. The Ram just crossed 201,000. Ricky didn't buy them to prove anything. He bought whatever he could get a deal on that year. 9 years later, that gave us one of the cleanest V8 comparisons I've had on my own lift. I'm RS. I've spent 20 years working on Fords. I don't work on Chevys and Rams every day. But these three were pulled apart on the same lift, looked at with the same eyes, and judged against the same 4 checkpoints every time: Valvetrain, cylinder condition, oil control, and whatever showed up outside the engine itself. Let's start with the Ford. This truck has 217,000 miles on a Gen 2 5.0 Coyote backed by the 6R80 6-speed. That matters because this generation has a different reliability story than the newer 10-speed trucks. The 6R80 has a reputation for being nearly unkillable when it's maintained on schedule, and after pulling the pan on this one, I understand why. The timing chain guides and tensioners all showed normal wear for the mileage. No cold start rattle, no chain slack beyond what you'd expect after 9 years and 217,000 miles. Intake valve buildup was also normal. Thanks to port injection, the valves never developed the heavy carbon deposits that direct injection engines often struggle with. The cylinder walls looked excellent. No scoring, no glazing, and nothing suggesting excessive ring wear. Oil control was just as impressive. No noticeable oil consumption and nothing on the dipstick that told a different story than the odometer after pulling the valve covers. The only issue I found was a faint line of residue where a valve cover gasket had started to seep. It wasn't a real leak yet, just the beginning of one. At this stage, it's a simple $150 to $250 repair whenever Ricky decides to take care of it. That's it. One small, inexpensive finding on an engine that has spent more than 217,000 miles doing farm work through dust, heat, and constant hauling. Honestly, boring is the best word I can use. And for a high-mileage work truck, that's exactly what you want. Next came the Chevy. This truck has 204,000 miles on a 5.3 Ecotec 3 L83 paired with the 6L80 6-speed. The cylinder condition looked just as clean as the Ford's, and oil control was also normal. Despite being direct injected, carbon buildup hadn't reached the point where I'd consider it a real finding. The difference showed up in the Valvetrain. This engine uses active fuel management, GM's cylinder deactivation system, and that's where I started seeing the first meaningful concern. Before we even removed the valve cover, Ricky mentioned a faint ticking noise under load that had been there for a long time without getting worse. That's exactly the kind of sound most owners eventually stop paying attention to. After pulling the valve cover, I found early-stage wear in the exact area tied to the deactivation hardware. I'm not going to tell you a specific lifter is about to fail because I didn't tear the engine all the way down. What I can tell you is what I saw on my own bench. Wear in the same area GM's cylinder deactivation system is known to stress after high mileage. Left alone, that kind of wear can eventually lead to a full cam and lifter replacement. By the time you're replacing all 16 lifters, a new cam, and a timing set while you're already in there, the repair can easily reach $2,000 to $3,000. That doesn't mean this engine failed the test. It still runs the farm every day. But compared with the other trucks, this was the one finding that could become a major expense if ignored. The Ford needed a simple valve cover gasket. The Ram had a much cheaper repair. This Chevy was the only truck that showed a problem capable of turning into a 4-figure repair bill. Now for the Ram. This truck has 201,000 miles on a 5.7 HEMI backed by the 8 HP 78 speed. After what we found on the Chevy, I expected this one to look worse. Instead, The cylinder condition and oil control both came back clean. Those two checkpoints looked much closer to the Ford than I expected. The real findings showed up during a cold start. The first ticking noise came from the exhaust manifold area. After about a minute, as the engine warmed up and the metal expanded, the sound almost disappeared. That's the classic signature of exhaust manifold bolts on pre-2018 5.7 HEMIs. Catch it early, and you're looking at roughly a $300 repair. Ignore it until a bolt breaks below the surface of the head, and the job becomes much more complicated. There was also a second tick underneath the first one. Unlike the manifold noise, this one stayed after the engine warmed up. It was quieter, more consistent, and not something I'd diagnose from one afternoon on a lift. It could be early MDS-related Valvetrain wear, or it could be something else entirely. That's a flag for further inspection, not a verdict. So when we lined all three trucks up, the results were surprisingly clear. The Coyote finished with 3 clean checkpoints and 1 minor gasket seep. The Ecotec 3 finished with 2 clean checkpoints and 1 Valvetrain concern that could become an expensive repair. The HEMI finished with 2 clean checkpoints, 1 confirmed inexpensive repair, and 1 question that deserves a closer look. Together, these 3 V8s have logged more than 600,000 combined miles on the same farm, doing the same work under the same conditions. On engine condition alone, the 5.0 Coyote came out on top, not because the other 2 are bad engines, but because it simply gave us the least to worry about. That said, there is one part of Ricky's Ram I'd choose over the Ford without hesitation: the 8HP70 transmission. Its wider gear spread and smoother shifting make it a better transmission to drive every day, even though the Ford 6R80 has earned its reputation for durability. 2 different conversations. If we're judging the engines, I have a clear winner. If this video helped you keep a little more money in your pocket, hit the join button below and support the channel.